Hi everyone, welcome to Inside and Out Yoga and Meditation, where every day we help you reach your highest potential inside and out. I'm Emily and I'm going to be your yoga instructor. Today we have a balancing practice, but not balancing in the body. We're going to be working on balancing our mind-body connection. So let's get to it. All right, everyone. Whenever you're ready, join me on your mat. You might want a block, just one. You won't need two, but you might want some help balancing at some point. You could grab a book as well or a water bottle. Once you have whatever you need, join me on your mat, whatever seat you'd like. I'm going to be in a cross-legged position, and just let your eyes gently come to a close. Let your hands fall where they may. Maybe if they're on your thighs, feeling the fingertips atop the thighs and the thighs below the fingertips. Feeling the breath wherever it's living naturally in your body. Feeling the belly move in and out with each inhale and exhale. And just noticing these things is enough consciousness to bring to the practice. You don't need to force anything. Today's practice is indeed about mind-body connection, but we don't want to force that connection. It is hard to just let it happen naturally. We do want to be aware of it, but I find at least if you try to force it, if you try to become hyper-aware, then it's not really authentic, and you might be creating something that is or is not actually there. So instead, maybe let's just see what happens if we just be and let the breath and the practice guide us, right? It's obviously going to be a physical practice. We'll be moving our bodies, finding a connection there, and in that, we'll maybe be able to turn off the unwanted thoughts or the kind of negative consciousness that gets in the way of a true mind-body connection. Coming back to the breath. Maybe mind-body connection means something specific for you, or maybe it means nothing at all. And that's okay. Take a nice deep inhale together through the nose, inhaling, and exhale side out through the mouth. Whenever you're ready, you can gently open the eyes and meet me in a tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Untucking the toes, really rooting the tops of the feet down, really rooting the palms down, finding a nice base here, nice and neutral neck. Inhaling, dropping the belly, arching the back, and exhaling, rounding through the spine, moving through our cats and our cows. Inhaling, letting the shoulders draw down the back, and exhaling, pushing the ground away, finding that nice arch. Dropping the head, letting the neck be loose. Inhaling through your cow. You can find circles here. You can find any kind of movement that feels good. You can take this at a faster pace, even at a slower pace. This is where connection to the body comes in. Our bodies are all different. We all need something different. So cater your practice to what your body needs. And when you're ready, find a stillness back in your tabletop, reconnecting to that solid base, rooting down through the right palm, and let the left palm come out long in front of you, and extend the right leg, rooting down through the left knee. I like to flex my right foot. And exhale, let knee and elbow meet in the middle. Inhale, lengthen arm and leg. Exhale, let elbow and knee meet in the middle. Inhale, extend. And one last time, elbow, knee meet. Extend. And let the palm and the knee come back down to the earth. Reestablish your base. Let the right arm go long and the left leg go long. Keeping the hips neutral by pointing the left toes to the earth. Elbow and knee meet in the middle. Extend. Try not to collapse into the left shoulder. I know it's hard. Elbow and knee meet in the middle. Extend. One last time. Elbow and knee meet in the middle. And extend, letting palm and knee come back down. Establishing your base here. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Drawing the shoulders down the back, really pressing through fingertips here. You can pedal out through the knees. Finding a comfortable position. When you find stillness, you can even keep a bend in those knees if you need. Look forward and slowly and gently walk to the top of the mat. And when you get there, heel toe your feet as wide as the mat and squat. It might be a little early for some people for this kind of deep hip connection. So you don't have to squat as deep. You can even grab your block and put it under your butt for a little bit of support. Whatever you need. You can play around here. You can even sway left to right. Rooting down through the big toes. Finding a moment of stillness, maybe even closing the eyes. And press up back to your forward fold. Heel toeing the feet together and folding. You can find a bend in the knees here. Plant the palms. Step back to your downward facing dog. You might need to kind of fidget around here a little bit to find your dog that feels good. We came into it in kind of an unfamiliar way. Lift the heels, look forward, and take another slow walk to the top of your mat, finding your forward fold or Uttanasana. Heel toe the feet as wide as the mat once again. Find that squat. Finding length in your spine, feeling a string pulling the top of your head, lifting you out of those hips so you're not just collapsing into them, it's active, right? Which makes it much, much harder. Breathing here. Plant the palms. And lift the hips back up to your forward fold over the legs. You can bring the feet back together if that feels better for you. Fold here. Bend through the knees and slowly roll up to a standing position. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears, finding that nice long spine. Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. The palms might meet. And exhale, fold forward. Beginning our Surya Namaskar or sun salutations. Inhaling, stepping the right foot back, low lunge. Planting the palms, left foot steps meet right, downward facing dog. Roll forward to a plank pose, nice and long. You can lower the knees down if you'd like. Bend through the elbows and lower all the way to the earth. Untucking the toes, really pressing tops of the feet into the earth, rolling the shoulders back. Inhaling, chest rises, baby cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes to sky. Exhale, step it forward, between the palms, low lunge. Left foot steps up to meet right, halfway lift, spine nice and long, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way, arms meet overhead, palms meet overhead actually, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot steps back, low lunge. Plant the palms, right foot to left, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward through the spine. Maybe you drop the knees, maybe you lower as one all the way to the earth. Untucking the toes, hands on either side of the ribs. Inhale, baby cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step it forward between the palms, low lunge. Inhale, right foot to left, halfway lift, spine nice and long. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, rise all the way, arms sweep overhead, palms meet. And exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, right foot steps back, low lunge. Plant the palms, left foot steps to right, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank pose. You can stick with lowering all the way or lower halfway through chaturanga, flipping the feet, coming up to upward facing dog, and exhaling up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step it forward, low lunge. Inhale, left foot to right, halfway lift, spine nice and long, and exhale, we fold. Inhale, rise all the way, arms sweep overhead, palms meet, and exhale, folding it forward. Inhale, left foot steps back, low lunge. Plant the palms, right foot to left, downward facing dog. Roll forward to a plank pose. Your choice, lowering all the way or halfway through chaturanga. Flipping the feet, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step it forward between the palms, low lunge. Inhale, right foot to left, halfway lift, spine nice and long. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way, arms overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right foot steps back. This time, plant the palms, left foot steps back, right to plank, lowering, halfway all the way. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a moment here to reconnect with your breath. Hopefully, these faster paced movements are helping turn off the part of the mind that we don't want to be talking right now. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step, jump, or hop to the top of the mat and fold. Inhale, rise, arms sweep overhead, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot steps back, plant the palms, right foot meets it, plank pose, lower half roll all the way. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra, flip the feet. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking just one breath here. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step, jump, or hop to the top of the mat and fold. This time as we rise, arms sweep up, knees bend, chair pose, sending the hips back, weight is in the heels. Trying not to look down or look up with the neck, nice neutral neck. Finding your breath. And on your next exhale, let it go, fold forward. Halfway lift to prepare. Plant the palms and step, jump, or hop back through chaturanga. Flipping the feet, moving through up dog or baby cobra. And exhaling the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's keep flowing to kind of Shut off that negative part of the mind and hopefully connect the positive part to the body. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step it forward between the palms. Low lunge. Spin that back heel so the toes face the upper left corner of your mat. Arms rise. Warrior one. Using that strength in the legs to keep you steady, to raise you up. If you have tension in your shoulders, you can have the hands on the hips as opposed to framing the ears, whichever works better for you. Breathing here. Pivot on the feet, opening up the hips. Warrior two. Arms come to parallel. For me, it's a wider stance. Top foot facing the front of your mat, back foot facing the side, rooting down through the outer edge of the back foot. Straightening through that front leg and tipping forward, triangle pose. Left arm comes up, lifting you out of the hips. Try not to collapse so much weight into that right palm. Rebend that front knee, sweep the right arm up and back. Peaceful warrior. Cartwheel the hands down to frame that front foot, step back, and move through your flow, whether it be Chaturanga or lowering all the way, maybe taking a child's pose. Anything you choose. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes to sky. Exhale, step it forward between the palms, low lunge. Spin that back heel down to the right toes are facing the upper right corner of your mat. I like to heel toe my left foot a little wider and rise. Warrior one. Really drawing that left hip crease back. Right hip crease comes forward a little bit so both hip points are facing the top of your mat. Finding even just a little slight tuck in the pelvis to find length in the spine. Opening up the arms, pivoting on the feet. Warrior two. Looking over the left middle finger. Finding strength here. Lengthening through that left leg. The left hip crease goes even further back as you tip forward to your triangle pose or Trikonasana. Drawing the right shoulder really down the back to find the twist here. Bend through the front leg, sweep the left arm up and back, peaceful warrior. Cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot. Move through Chaturanga, move through a child's pose. Your choice here, remember it's your body, do what feels good for you. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, step it forward. Between the palms, spin that back heel down and rise, warrior one. Part of this mind-body connection is indeed trusting what you're doing. Right? So we repeat the poses so we can build that trust. Sweep the arms open and land in warrior two. Adjust through the feet as you need. Keep drawing that front hip crease back. Straightening through that right leg, tipping forward. Trikonasana triangle pose. Maybe looking up at your left fingertips. Switching the gaze here, looking down at the right big toes. Maybe this is where you grab for your block, putting it on the pinky toe side of your right foot, reaching down for it, coming up into half moon pose, lifting that left leg, really rooting down through the big toe on the right foot, flexing the right foot, pushing an invisible wall away. This is basically just triangle pose, but just on one leg. Bend through the knees, let them meet at the top of the mat, and fold it forward. Heel toe the feet as wide as the mat and come back to that squat that we found at the beginning of the practice. Maybe this time your hands come to a prayer to really open up those knees and remembering not to collapse into the pose, finding a rounded spine. Keep that nice, tall spine lifting away from the hips. It's much more active. You can stay here playing with your squat, or you can play with a crow practice, placing the palms in front of you on the mat. I like to hop my feet in together and then let my knees fall open to come into my armpits. You can rock forward and back here, playing with the changing of weight distribution from feet to hands. Maybe you come onto your hands and you stay. Maybe you lift one foot, see how it feels, and put it back down. Maybe you lift the other foot, see how it feels, and put it back down. Maybe you lift both feet, one foot at a time. It's hard to lift both at the same time. Being sure to keep the gaze forward. Whenever you're ready, come back down to your squat, plant the palms, and step back to your plank pose. Moving through chaturanga, or lowering on the way. Like I said, it's your choice. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. All right, last time with this flow, inhaling, left leg comes to sky. Exhale, step it forward between the palms, low lunge. Spin that back heel down. We rise for our warrior one. Finding the breath here. Finding stillness. Right, in the beginning of our practice, we had a lot of movement to kind of quiet our mind, to find the connection to our body, and now we find stillness to deepen that connection, or maybe find it for the first time, or maybe continue to search for it, right? Open up to your warrior two pose, keeping a bend in that front knee. Straightening through the left leg, tipping forward, Trikonasana, drawing the left hip crease back. Feeling the twist and even the slight back bend that comes with our triangle pose. Take a slight bend in the front knee as you reach for maybe your block or the floor on the pinky toe side. Switching the weight into your left leg, the right leg rises. Half moon pose, Arda, Chandrasana. Right arm is raised to lift us out of the hips. You can try looking up. It's tricky. Tests your physical balance. And when you're ready, bend through both knees and have them meet at the top of your mat and fold. Heel toe, the feet wide here, and come back down to your squat. We have another crow play, and that's all it is. It's just play. You can stay in your squat, or you can plant the palms. Again, I like to bring my feet in, knees nice and wide, come into the balls of the feet, looking forward. That's key here. You want to look for where you're going. Let the shoulders come in front of the wrists. Lift one foot maybe and then the other, and let your heels come to your butt. Breathe. Hold for as long as you'd like, or you could just stay in your squat pose. And whenever you're ready, plant the palms, step to your plank pose, and move through your flow. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Switching it up a little bit. When you're ready, inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale, step it forward between the palms, low lunge. Keeping the left heel off of the earth. Rise up, high lunge. You might need a shorter stance here than maybe you would in like a warrior one. I know I need a shorter stance. Arms can come to frame the ears or come to your hips. I also like to keep a little bend in my back leg. Hip points are facing the top of the mat, just like they would in warrior one. Finding your breath. And whenever you're ready, step the left foot to the right, land in your chair pose, Utkatasana. Arms can frame the ears or stay on your hips. Either way, let's bring our hands to heart center, palms together, twisting to the right, and maybe coming forward and hooking the left elbow on the right knee, pressing the palms together to deepen the twist. Breathing here. Rooting down through the left foot. Maybe the right heel comes off of the earth. Keeping the connection of knee to elbow, maybe we rise, lifting the right foot with us. You can hold on to the right knee with the left hand, letting the right hand come out behind you. A nice bend in the left knee here could be welcome. You can stay here, or maybe reach down for the pinky toe side of the right foot with the left palm and extend that leg forward. Finding the twist here, making sure if you've decided to extend the leg, you're not rounding through the spine. You want a nice tall spine. Sweep the right arm up to frame your ear. Cross the right arm under the left, grab for the toe, and switch which arm has the leg. So now your right arm has your right foot and left hand frames the ear. Take a bend in that right leg. Set it down and fold with it. You deserve it. This forward fold should feel really nice. Building from the ground up, halfway lift. Hands can come to heart center, taking a bend in the knees here, and letting the weight be in the right leg. Left heel comes off of the earth. Start to let the leg come out long behind you, maybe finding your warrior three. Just for a moment, breathing, gently setting it down, coming back to your high lunge, bending through the right leg. Reconnecting with the breath here. Letting the hands come to frame that front foot. Stepping back to your plank pose. You can take a flow here, or you can come right back to downward facing dog. Whatever you choose, I'll meet you here. Inhale, left leg comes to sky. Last time, step it forward between the palms, low lunge. Keeping that right heel risen, we rise to a high lunge. Nice tall spine. If you need to, like I said, bend that back leg to eliminate that arch that sometimes we have in our spine in this high lunge, then welcome that bend in the knee. And when you're ready, step the right foot to meet the left, chair pose. Maybe sitting a little deeper, sending the hips a little further back. Hands can come to heart center, twisting to the left, and maybe hooking that right elbow to the left knee. Finding a deeper twist. Maybe looking over the left shoulder. Weight is in the right foot, really rooting down through that big toe. Left heel comes off the earth, and maybe it rises with us. Grabbing hold of the left knee with the right palm, left arm extends behind us, finding a beautiful twist here. This could be plenty for you. Maybe you'd like to reach down for the foot on the pinky toe side and extend that left leg, making sure you're not collapsing into the right hip. Lifting higher. Left arm comes up. Bring it forward to grab onto the left big toes. Right arm sweeps up. Trying to find steadiness like I am. bending through that left leg. And letting go and folding forward. Every fold should be an opportunity to let go of judgment for what may or may not have happened in your poses. Inhale, halfway lift, spine nice and long. Root down through that left foot. Maybe even take a slight bend in the left knee. Hands can come to heart center or wing out behind you as you sweep your right leg behind you. Torso rises a little bit, so there's a nice line from your heel to the top of your head in your warrior three. Gently step the right foot behind you, come up, high lunge. Taking a nice deep breath. Bring the hands to frame the front foot. Find a plank pose. This time lower all the way to the belly. Flipping over to come up to a seat. Letting the legs come out long in front of you. Maybe giving them a wiggle. This is a really nice time to shut your eyes if you're comfortable with that. Finding stillness in our pose. Sweep the arms up to frame the ears, making sure the shoulders don't come up to kiss the ears. Keep them nice and down, drawing down the spine. And come forward over the legs any amount. Letting the chin tuck, especially if you're not folding deeply today. Maybe your hands just come to the shins for your seated forward fold. We don't necessarily need this to be like a hamstring stretch or a test of our flexibility. This is really a moment for introspection, which is why this tuck of the chin is really wonderful. And if you're okay with closing your eyes, this is definitely the moment to do it. This is where we check in with ourselves, where we use the breath to come down from maybe the highs and the lows of the practice, of the physical practice. And we can make observations of that mind-body connection. Gently roll back up from your fold and come to lay on your back for our final pose, Shavasana. Letting the legs and arms just fall where they may. And in our fold, I said to find awareness, right, of any kind of mind-body connection you might have found. But even now, let that awareness go. Just let the breath be what it is. Let the mind be what it is. Not forcing anything in this moment. Releasing the points of tension in the jaw, of the shoulders, the eyebrows, maybe even in the tongue. And I'm going to give you some time just with yourself, so I'll stop talking, but trust that I'm still here and I will close out our practice together. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. And if you're ready to come out of it, maybe rock the head gently from one side to the other. And step the feet in so the knees point to the sky. And roll over onto your favorite side. And using the opposite palm to push yourself up to a seat. Maybe keeping the eyes closed here, staying with yourself. Staying with your breath. Mind-body connection is not something we can find in one practice. And maybe not, we might not even be able to find it in a lifetime. We've created so many barriers that our main hope or goal should just be to start to break them down, to even get a glimpse of that mind-body connection. And it will absolutely look different for everyone. Be proud of your progress. I'm so happy you practiced with me today. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Namaste.